Hey guys, welcome to my home studio. We're going to do a hot yoga session. It's going to be about 30 minutes. We're going to do one posture, or we're going to do each posture one time. So it's going to hold pretty much true to the traditional hatha hot yoga. And if you have a heater that you can plug into the wall and get the room warm, that would be great too. And make sure you have your water bottle. I'm going to get mine close by here. So if I need one, I have it. So thanks for joining me. And we're going to ground into all four corners of our feet, pressing in to the mat. And as we press in, you're going to feel the crown of your head rise up. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Quads are engaged, core is engaged, navel's drawn in. We're going to interlace the fingers and cross the thumbs and place the hands right underneath the chin. We're going to breathe in through the nose. And we're going to sip in as much air as we can, and then we're going to exhale out through the mouth, squeezing as much air out as we can, okay? So we inhale, and we lift the elbows up as we inhale. Take that last sip of breath, tip your head back, and exhale. Squeeze it out and bring your elbows back together, dropping the head down. Again, inhale through the nose. You should hear your breath because your throat is constricted, and then tip the head and exhale. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Elbows come back together, dropping head down. Again, inhale. Exhale. Elbows together, head down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Fill the lungs up, fill them all the way up. Sip the last bit of air you can. Tip the head back and draw the navel in towards the spine. Squeeze all the air out. Squeeze your elbows together. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale. Sip it. Last breath. And exhale. Squeeze it all out. Head comes back to center and drop the hands down, roll your shoulder blades back and down, and breathe. So next we're going to bring the hands up high, interlace your fingers, crossing your thumbs, pointing your index finger, grounding in, quads are engaged, toes are touching if you can. Let's just tick-tock back and forth. I'm going to scoot back a little. I'm going to tick-tock back and forth, pushing the hips one way, pointing the other. Just getting the spine warmed up, keeping the palms squeezing together and the biceps against your ears, and then stop in the middle. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. So we're trying not to hunch up and push the hips forward. We're going to go to the right. So inhale, lengthen up, exhale, tip over to the right. So the fingers point to the right and the hips go to the left. So keep reaching the spine up and over, keep pulling, keep stretching, keep bending, and make sure your left shoulder is pulled back a little and your left hip is pushed forward a little bit. So you're nice and square. So each inhale, lengthen, each exhale, tip, breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose now. Couple more breaths here, getting as much bend as you can. Lengthening that spine, pushing the hips over, and then engage the core and come up to the center. Whew. We're going to do it again for the other side. So squeezing those palms together as tight as they can. The biceps are next to the ears, pushing into the ground. Inhale, lengthen up the spine. Exhale, tip over to your left, pushing your hips to the right. And so that right shoulder might want to come forward. See if you can pull it back. Keep your hips square to the front. Keep those biceps next to your ears. Each inhale lengthening up, and in each exhale going further. Breathe. Keep pointing, keep bending, keep pushing those hips one way, pointing the other. Keep square to the front. Breathe. Couple more breaths here. Engage your core and inhale. Come back up to your center. Keep the hands up there. We are going to tip to the back. I'm going to show you from the side here. So grounding in, quads are engaged, glutes are engaged. You're pushing the hips forward. Your sternum, your chest is going to reach up, 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 and then you start to look back, fall back. Trace your fingers back against the ceiling towards the back wall. Keep lifting your spine up, up, up. Keep pushing the hips forward. Keep bending, keep breathing. See if you can see the back wall. Keep pushing into the earth. And change. Inhale up. Exhale. We're going to come into the forward fold. Engage that core to protect your spine. Hinging at your hips. Bending into your knees as much as you need to. Separating the hands to the mat. And coming down. So this is our first kind of free form. One of the only places where we can free form it. So you can pedal your feet, you can bend into your knees, you can walk your hands to one side or the other. Just let your head hang down, your tailbone reach up, and we're having contact belly to the thighs here. Shake your head yes, shake it no, pedal it out. Breathe here. And then we're going to engage the core and inhale, circle, sweep the hands all the way up high. And bring the hands down through your heart center. We're going to come into our chair pose. So, feet are about 6 inches apart, grounding into all 4 corners of the feet. The arms go out, palms down, facing the floor. Shoulder blades are back and down, core's engaged. So I'm going to show you this from the side. We're going to take an inhale, and then we're going to exhale, sink down, sit down. Keep your fingers and your arms stretching out so your triceps are engaged. Keep those arms tight, but keep the shoulder blades back and down. Sit down, sink down. Try to get your thighs parallel to the floor. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Keep the crown of your head up high. Maybe go a little lower. Maybe sit back a little further. Keep those arms engaged. Breathe here. A couple more breaths here. And then we're going to rise up, up, up. Keep the arms up. Keep the shoulder blades back and down. Keep the navel in. Come up to your tippy toes. This is going to be a balancing act. And we're going to sink down. It's like we're sliding down an imaginary back wall. Crown of the head stays up. Pretend you have a yoga block on top of your head. Stay high on those heels. Lift them up higher if you can. Come down as low as you're able to. Breathe. Shoulder blades stay back and down. Core is engaged. Fingers are pointing out towards the front. Arms are engaged. Triceps, you can feel them burn. Breathe here. And come up, up. Whoa. Up on the toes. And drop the heels down. That was not graceful. So I'm going to show you this from the front. We're going to squeeze our knees together. Shoulder blades stay back down. Just rise up onto your heels just a little bit. And we're going to sink down. So squeeze those knees hard. Hard together to protect your knees. Sink it down, and breathe. Ooh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, up, 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 up. Drop the heels. Bring the hands down. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Okay, so next we are going to do standing revolved forehead to knee. So I want you to ground into your right foot, and we're going to lift the left thigh parallel to the floor. It's going to look like this. You want to flex your foot like you're standing on the floor. Just don't let it dangle. So from here, the most important thing is to keep that right leg, that standing leg straight, locked out even. Nice and tall. Inhale the hands up high. Exhale, draw your navel in towards your spine. And see if you can wrap your fingers around the bottom of that left foot. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Lock out that standing right leg. Breathe here. If this is challenging enough, you can stay here or try to kick it out. The leg we're kicking out does not need to be straight, but the standing leg does need to be straight. Shoulder blades are back and down. And breathe. Point the toes toward your head and breathe. Maybe you can drop your elbows down and start to draw your forehead towards your knees, and I'm not there yet, but maybe you are. And breathe and hold. Keep that standing leg locked out. Keep the chest up, the spine is straight here, pulling towards that lifted leg. Breathe, and let's change. Let's come out the same way we came in if you can. Woo! Nice job, you guys. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. So next we're going to do the other leg. So we're grounding into the left. Spread those toes out. That's going to help you have a wider base for your balance. So the right thigh is parallel to the floor. Standing leg or standing foot is flexed like you're standing on the floor. Grounding in, rising up to the crown of your head. Inhale the hands up high. You could stay here if that was challenging enough and just hang out there, or round down. And release your fingers under and your thumb underneath your foot. Keep that standing left leg locked out. Breathe here, stay here if that is a big challenge for you, or maybe you can kick out. So try to lower that right hip down to keep it square with the left. Breathe, standing leg is straight. Chest is up, shoulder blades are back and down, and breathe. You can start to bend the elbows towards the mat, and maybe your forehead can go towards your knee or shin. Here, that's more advanced. Keep that standing leg straight wherever you're at. Breathe, keep the core engaged, the chest up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's change it. Come out the same way you can, or you did if you can, and place the foot down. Let's do a forward fold here. So inhale the hands up high, exhale. Hinge at your hips, lead with your chest coming into that forward fold. Drop the head down, that's gonna feel good. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. So I think I went out of order. We're gonna do eagle next, which I probably should have done first before the standing knee to toe, but as long as we get them all in, what does it matter? So grounding in, inhale the hands up high, exhale, right arm under, left arm on top. So you want to pull your elbows down and keep your arms midline. So not over here or not over here. Chest up, shoulders back and down, core's engaged. And then from here we're going to sink down. Our feet are together, sink down. And then you take that right leg and wrap it around your left. So you can have the toe on the ground, the foot on the side, or totally wrap it, those toes around. Try to draw your knees and elbows in line, chest up, shoulders down, squeeze the arms down, keep the crown of the head up, abs are engaged. Breathe. If you lose balance, you can just drop that foot down. Breathe here. Keep the chest up. Sinking down, down, down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's change. Rise up. Inhale. Tap the hands and right away. Left arm under. Right arm. Let's see. Left arm under. Right arm on top. Wrap it like a rope. Squeeze the elbows down. Breathe here. I'm going to show you from the side. Sinking down. Keep the crown of the head up. Now it's the left leg that wraps up and around. You can have the toe on the ground or the whole foot wrapped around your side. Try to stay parallel. Crown of the head is up. Sinking down, down, down. Hold it. I'll show you from the front. You hold it. So from the front, you want your elbows and your knees in line. You don't want one way and one the other. Keep it in line. Breathe, sink lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Inhale, hands up high. Exhale, hands down. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Okay, let's go ahead and take a water break if you want one. So I'm gonna grab my water. I could use one. Just little sips. You don't need a whole lot of water here. In fact, if you drink a lot, it might make you feel queasy. So here we go. Grounding into all 4 corners of the feet again. Inhale the hands up high. Exhale, bring your right elbow into your right side. Palm is up. So this is important. We don't want to twist our grip. So we're going to keep that palm up. And then we're going to lift the right leg and we're going to keep that palm facing that side wall, and we're just going to slip it inside. So a big mistake is when people turn. We want to keep the shoulder open. So palm up, slip it inside the foot. So my thumb is pointing to the back mirror there. Keep your knees lined up and then kick out against that hand. Kick it out, kick it out. And once you kick out as far as you can, lift that chest up, and then maybe you can hinge forward. Maybe you'll see your toe coming up over your head. Oh, I don't see my toe. That's okay. Kick, kick, kick. Breathe. Keep that standing leg straight. Smile. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Come out. Okay. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to show you from the side what that looks like. So the right arm goes up, the left palm faces up. Lift the left foot, slide it right inside. So don't twist. Want to keep the shoulder open, slip it inside. Line up your knees. Kick against the hand. Keep kicking. And then you can start to hinge forward and breathe. Standing leg is straight. Kick against that hand as much as you can. Breathe, hold. Keep kicking. Looking up. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. Coming out. Nice work. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Let's bring the hands up and bring them down. Again, inhale and exhale. So for this one, you want to come to the back of your mat, and I will show you from the side. I think I could fit all of me in there. And so bring the hands up high. We're not interlacing the fingers this time. We're just crossing the thumbs. Keep your biceps against your ears if you can. Take a giant step forward with the right foot. And then pivot into, I do not reach, and then pivot into a T. I'll do it from the front. I'm space challenged here. So we want to reach out like we're being stretched. Whoa, in both directions. Your body is taking the form of a T. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage your core. Come back up to the back of your mat. And we'll do the other side. Keep your arms up. Step it out with the left foot. Big step out. Keep the hips facing forward. And core is engaged. And tip it. Make that T with your body. Stretch it out in both directions while you're pushing into the ground. Breathe. Try to square your hips. Stretch it, stretch it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Come up, up, up. And bring your hands down. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Okay, so from here, I'm going to have you do a little quarter turn from your mat. I'm going to show you from the side. So you're going to step out. Okay. About 3, 4 feet, depending on how tall you are. But you want your pinky side of your foot parallel with the side of the mat, the end of the mat. So we're going to come down. Well, first put your hands up high, point your palms of your hands forward, hinge your hips, lead with your chest. Coming down. Forehead is going towards the mat. Maybe you can grab and reach the outside of your feet. If not, grab your shins or your ankles. Go out wider. That's a trick to get down lower and pull. Trying to get your third eye, your forehead, to the mat. Drawing the navel in towards your spine will help you. Keep the shoulder blades back and down. Try to keep your spine straight as you just hinge at your hips and breathe here. If you're practicing headstand, and not very many of you will be doing this, Now's the opportunity. I'm not going to teach it, so if you don't practice it, don't do it. You can come up into your headstand from here. The rest of you stay in that wide forward fold and breathe. If you're in headstand, go ahead and come back down into that wide fold. Everybody come halfway up to where your back is parallel to the floor. Arms out, cores engaged. Rise up, 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 all the way up, and then step to the back of your mat. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. So next, we're going to take a step. Here's out to the side of your mat with your right foot, and then turn that right foot out. We're going to sink down. Come down back a little further so you can see me better. So we're trying to get the thigh parallel to the floor, and our hips are coming straight out. So the right toes are pointing forward, the back leg is really straight. Roll your shoulder blades back and down, point your palms forward. Breathe here. Rise up to the crown of your head, and then we're going to tip it and tilt into it. Put your elbow inside your knee to guide it and push against it. That upper arm can pull back. Look up. Breathe. Don't collapse into this. Let your core hold you up. Fingertips are pointing towards the floor and towards the sky. Stay connected to your breath. Don't try not to let the head hang down. Keep it in line with the rest of your spine. Keep pushing against that elbow. Keep reaching in both directions. Back leg is really strong and straight. Breathe. And then engage your core. We're going to rise up. Point the toes forward. And then the left toes point out. Sinking down. Right leg is very straight. Don't collapse into that leg. Cut into the pinky side of your back foot. Cuts into the mat. Keeping it straight. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. That front knee stays lined up with your middle toe. Take a peek. Palms are facing forward. Tip into it. Elbows inside the knee. Breathe. Fingertips point towards the ground and up towards the sky. Try not to collapse into this. Use your core to hold you up. Elbow pushes against that knee. Look up towards the extended hand, towards the sky. And breathe. In through your nose, out through your nose. Stay connected to your breath. One more breath cycle here. And then engage your core. Rise up. Point your toes in. And then step to the side of your mat. Hands come down. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Okay, so next we're going to do a pyramid stand. So this time we're just going to step out, I don't know, about 3 feet, if that. And then you're going to square your hips to the front of your mat or the side, wherever you're at. So square your hips. So if you put your palms on your hips and your fingers are pointing to the front of your mat, you know they're square. So the right hip gets pulled back and the left hip goes forward. So we're going to come down. Inhale the hands up high. Interlace, or don't interlace your fingers, just cross your thumbs. Squeeze your armpits. Squeeze your biceps to your ears. Make sure the hips stay square to the front. Tuck your chin nice and tight. Start to round down. You can bend into the front knee. Tucking your chin. Try to get your forehead to touch your knee. You can keep the hands together or separate them to the mat. So pull that right hip back because it's probably popping forward. Keep your hips square in front of your mat. Press your forehead into that knee. You should have a choking sensation in your throat, stimulating your thyroid and the lymph nodes in your neck. Great for your immune system. Breathe here. In through your nose, out through your nose. Feel that stretch in the back of that front leg. And then if your hands are separated, go ahead and place them back together. cross your thumbs, keep your core engaged and your head in between your arms as you rise up with a straight spine, and breathe along the way. Come back to your side or center, wherever, and then we're going to do the other side. So turn towards the other side and get that left hip back to square to the front of your mat. So go ahead and cross your thumbs in a different way than what you're used to. It's going to feel weird, but it's great for your brain to do things differently so we don't get stuck in ruts. So take an inhale, lengthen up, the legs are straight. Tuck your chin nice and tight and come down. Try to keep your head in between your arms as you come down. Forehead to your knee. You can separate your hands. Forehead touches knee. Pull that right hip back, or left hip, sorry, it's probably popping forward. Keep your hips square, draw your navel in toward your spine. Try to straighten that front leg as much as you can while keeping contact, forehead to knee, and breathe. Doing so much good stuff for your immune system here in your body. Relieving stress, tension. Coming present moment, both head and hands back together, arms straight up ahead, head stays in between your arms and rise up with a straight spine and breathe along the way, coming all the way up. Exhale your hands down, turn and come to the side of your mat. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Okay, so this is the last of our standing series. We are going to do tree pose, and you will have the option of doing a toe stand too. So if this is your first time doing a hot yoga practice and you've never done toe stand, then skip it. Or if you have hip problems, you might want to skip it too, but you be your own guide. So I'm going to ground into my left foot, and I'm going to raise my right foot up. I'm going to grab it, turn the sole up. I'm going to put it right up at the top of my left thigh and point my right knee down. Grounding in, rising up through the crown of the head. So I can place my right hand at heart center. If your foot doesn't slip, you might be able to place both hands, but that's a rarity. Mine's already slipping. So pressing in, grounding in, rising up. So toe stands, you can stay here. Trees, you can stay here, or toe stand, you can join me. Flex this foot to protect your knee and ankle. We're going to hinge at the hips and leave the chest. Standing leg stays straight, can bend a little bit until you touch down onto the earth. Then you can bend into this and sit on your heel. Rise up the crown of your head, engage your core, and you might be able to take your left hand off. You might be able to take both hands off. Keep that foot flexed. Breathe. Nice and straight spine. This is hard for me. Toe stands are going to meet the trees, so try to come back out of it the same way you came in it. Everybody rises up to meet. Whoop, cheat, got the wall, the trees, and then we all place our foot down. Okay, so we're going to do it again for the other side. So grounding in, deep breaths in, deep breaths out, connect. So lift the left foot, sole turns up towards the ceiling, knee points down, push the hips forward. So you don't want to be back like that. Push them forward. Hand to heart center. Maybe both hands can go to heart center. My foot's going to slip on this side. So there we go. Balance. Balance, Sabrina. There we go. So trees can stay here. Toe stands. Here we go. Hinge at your hips. Lead with your chest. Flex that foot. Keep that standing leg straight or slightly bent. Touch down to the ground and then bend into it. And rise up through the crown of your head. Keep your core engaged. That's going to help you balance. I'm sitting right on my heel. Breathe. Deep breaths in. Maybe you can do both hands. Whoop. I need to practice that. A couple more breaths here if you'd like. And then the toe stands are going to meet the trees. So we just try to come out the same way we came in. Keep your core tight as you rise up, up, up. And then everybody places their foot down. Take a bow to your standing practice. Take a drink of water if you'd like. Whew, okay, so next, we're coming down to the ground. So, we are going to come into Shavasana. So, I don't do as many Shavasanas as a traditional Bikram does, but we'll get a couple in here before our final one. So, laying down, you can have your heels touching and your toes go out wide, or you can have your legs spread out, whatever you like. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Palms are facing up. Keep your eyes open for this Shavasana and breathe. Integrating into your body, into your mind, into your soul, all that you've accomplished in the standing practice. You are doing your body and your mind and your soul so much good by taking the time to practice. Quieting our minds and breathing. So next we're going to come into wind removing posture. Let's take the right leg. We're going to bend into a wrap. Our hands around our shins and squeeze down. I'm going to show you from the side. So, squeeze down, squeeze it hard. So the knee goes toward, the right knee towards the right shoulder. We're not squeezing down onto the ribs, off to the side, and you want to squeeze it hard. Get that pinching sensation. We are stimulating our ascending colon on this side. This is great for your digestive system. So keep squeezing, keep breathing. Try to keep your shoulder blades level on the ground and try to lengthen your spine into the ground and try to get your neck closer to the ground by tucking your chin slightly. Breathe. And then release. We're going to do the other side. So left leg, bend into it, wrap your hands around your shins, squeeze down, breathe, squeeze hard. Now we are stimulating our ascending colon. We are cutting off blood circulation, and when we let it loose, it just whoosh, sends some the blood circulating through. Helps with the digestive system. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Maybe someday your knee will touch your shoulder. Keep your shoulder blades level, and then release. Bring it down. Now we're going to do both legs. Bend into both legs. Wrap your arms around your shins. Maybe you can grab elbows. Get your neck nice and long. Don't cross your ankles here. That's it. It seems like a lot of people want to do that. And get your spine pressing into the earth. Get your neck closer to the mat. If you want to rock side to side here, you can, because it feels really good. Try to get your tailbone down towards the ground. Get your spine as flat as it can be. And breathe. And release. Legs go long. Now we are going to do our sit up. So we're going to reach the arms out over our head. Let me get to where you can see me better. There we go. Perfect. So legs are like one leg. They're squeezed together. Biceps are squeezed against the ears. Palms are together. So before we do this, I'm going to explain. We're going to inhale. We're going to rise up. Try to touch our toes as we exhale through the mouth. 2 quick bursts of breath out. So here we go. Are we ready? Legs tight, palms tight. Inhale, rise up, and exhale. There we go. All right, so next, we are going to flip over. So we're on our sides. And come on down. Forehead to the mat. Palms are by your chest, elbows are pointing up. Press, legs are together, and press the top of your feet into the mat. Your thighs might come up slightly, and then we're just gonna peel our chest up, up, up. So lift it up as much as you can. Keep looking up. Hands can help a little, but they're not jamming into your lower back. Breathe here, lift up, breathe, breathe, and lower down. Turn your head to one side and let your palms face up. Relax your shoulders. So I have my right ear to the mat. Breathe here. We're gonna do one more here. I'm gonna skip a couple of the traditional hot yoga ones, but we will get a lot of back bends here. So we're going to bring our face, our chin to the mat, bring the hands out, palms down. So now we're gonna lift up both arms and legs, and we're gonna try to come to the soft side, or soft part of our belly. So take an inhale, exhale, inhale. Lift it up, up, up. Try to keep your knees or your feet together. Lift up, up, up. Get as high as you can. Get your legs up high. Get to that soft part of your belly. Breathe. Keep looking up. Keep lifting up. And release. Lower down. Arms to the side, palms up. Turn your head to the other side. My left ear is on the mat now. And breathe here. So these back bends are just wonderful to do for our spine. When we have a healthy spine, we have a young spine. It keeps our bodies young, keeps us young and mobile. Go ahead and face the center, palms on the mat so we can push up and back. We're going to do a child's pose, which is not a traditional posture here in a hot yoga class, but I'm mixing up just a little bit. So go ahead and rest your forehead on the mat and breathe. So look for a longer version of this class. I wanted to try to keep this to 30 minutes. So that's why I'm cutting some of the stuff out. And I know if you're a traditionalist hot yoga partaker, it can be a little frustrating. Like, hey, she didn't do that posture, but look for the full class coming soon, hopefully. And then let's come up. So from here, we are going to come into camel. So we want to go, my camera just did something weird. Hopefully it's not running out of memory. So let's do camel, and then I think we might close it up because I don't want this to be cut short. So we want your, you want your knees hip width apart, okay? And you can have your feet flat on the ground. Let's put our hands in our pockets, like we're sliding into pockets, or you could do fists. But the shoulders roll back and down, the elbows are pointing to the back. So from here, we're gonna lift up from the sternum, up, 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 and start to reach back. Breathe. Keep, and don't look to the side like I just did. So keep lifting up and reaching back. Lift up, reach back, breathe. Now if you're more advanced and want to grab your heels, you can, or you can cheat like I do and tuck your toes and grab your heels. Keep your hips pushing forward. Keep your chest lifting up. Keep looking back and breathe. And then we're slowly coming out. Woo. Nice job. We're gonna do one more here, and then I'm gonna close it up before my camera gets too full. So we're gonna do rabbit posture. So from here, you want to grab onto your heels if you can. Knees are together. We're gonna tuck the chin. We're gonna start to round down. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Try to get the forehead to touch the knee and the head to hover onto the mat. Not a lot of weight on your head. And then lift your hips up high. Breathe. Rounding our spine here. Getting a nice stretch in the arms, the shoulders, the spine, lower back. Slowly come out. Nice and slow, the same way you came in. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna do one more. So So far, so good with my camera. So sitting nice and tall. Let's go ahead and bend into the right leg. So there's different options here. You can put the foot on the inside or the foot on the outside, okay? And then you can stay like this, but keep this leg active by pressing into the earth with the calf and pointing the toes up high. Keep nice and tall. Or you can bend into this as long as you can keep both hips level on the ground. So if you're like this, you're not here, you need to straighten that back out so you can sit even. So different options. So nice and tall, up through the crown of your head. We're gonna take the left arm to the outside, the elbow goes to the outside of that knee. The right arm reaches behind you right at the base of your spine. We're gonna inhale, lengthen up, exhale, twist. So look behind you. Keep inhaling, lengthening up, exhaling, twisting. Breathe. Each inhale, I grow taller. Each exhale, I twist deeper. You might get a back crack out of this. Oh, I just did. Okay, I wonder if you heard that. And then slowly unwind, and we will do the other side. So, left foot inside or outside of your thigh. You can keep that hip down. Keep the legs straight but active, or bend into it. If you can keep both hips down, you can bend into it. Come straight up out of your hips, rise up to the crown of your head. The right elbow goes to the outside of the left knee, and then the left hand goes right behind you on the mat at the base of your spine. Each inhale, lengthen up. Each exhale, twist and look behind you. Each inhale, lengthen. Each exhale, twist and breathe. Back crack. Big hip stretch here, big spine, twisting, stretching, lubricating the discs in between your vertebrae, bringing blood flow, unwind nice and slow. All sorts of good things are happening there. So let's do one more sitting here, and then we will close. So we want to get the legs out nice and straight, grounding in. Inhale, the hands up high. Exhale, hinge at your hips, lean with your chest, coming into this fold. Chest towards the toes. Try not to round down. Lengthen your spine. I'm going to show you from the side. Lengthen your spine, pull, pull, pull. Then once you get out as straight as you can, your elbows might start to drop. You can bend your knees a little here if you need to, that's okay. Once you get out as straight as you can, then you can round down a bit, forehead towards the knees. And breathe. Pulling the toes towards you. Connecting with your breath. And then when we come out, we're going to bring that chest up, back up to the straight spine, and then come out. So we are going to come into Shavasana, final relaxation from here. So just get to the middle of your mat so you can use your core to help roll you down. My legs are bent. I'm going to roll down, 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 all the way down. Let your legs go long. Let your shoulder blades go back and down. Maybe wiggle the legs a bit. Now we can close the eyes. Each inhale brings in that new life, the new possibilities. And each exhale releases anything old that we don't need in our lives. Anything that we want out, we breathe out. We breathe in life and love and acceptance. And we breathe out negativity, judgment. Each exhale sinks you deeper into your mat. We'll have a few breaths of silence here. And then if it feels right to you, go ahead and bring your hands together. Place your thumbs at your third eye, the seat of your intuition. Thank yourself for taking the time out today to nurture your body and your mind. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. You can slowly get yourself up. And if you liked my video, please thumbs up it. Please subscribe. That's going to help me and encourage me to make more videos for you guys. Also, I do private yoga. I can do virtual yoga online, or once this COVID-19 is over, I can come to you. You can come to me if you're local. I have mindfulness programs. Check out my links to my websites, to my programs, and share this with your friends. And I appreciate any support that you can give me. Again, have a beautiful day. Namaste.